If you had met me earlier, honestly, you wouldn't need to look for another English teacher anymore. I've gone through English courses all over the internet, and I found one thing. No one explains English better than I do. I taught English at New Oriental for 14 years. I went from an ordinary teacher to a campus principal, then to a vice president of the group. I was also a teacher trainer for New Oriental English teachers. My students are all over the world. One of the most outstanding ones even became a diplomat at the United Nations. The students I've taught, none of them speak poor English. Do you know why? Because English is, of course, a language that needs accumulation. You need vocabulary. You need sentences. More importantly, you need to understand what you hear, and you need to express yourself. But if your goal is simply to speak fluent English, then let me tell you, that is actually much easier than you think. Today, on this live streaming platform, I want to share my best methods and my best experience with more ordinary Chinese families. Learning English can feel tiring, but if it feels too painful, then something is wrong. Most of the time, the problem is not that you're not hardworking enough. The real problem is a gap in understanding, a gap in information. Do you know that the first step to speaking English is not memorizing words, but correcting your pronunciation? Do you know that English sentences are actually developed from core sentence patterns? And the words you have learned, do you really know how to use them? Even very simple words like apple, banana, hand, run, get, take. Do you really know how to use them in real English? Alright, no more empty talk. Let's solve the first problem. First, pronunciation correction. Many people want to improve their pronunciation, but they don't know where to start. So my first suggestion is this. Imagine yourself as a newborn baby as of today. From today on, you must see yourself as a newborn baby. You're starting from zero. You're learning sounds again. You're learning how to speak again. Second, you must make the 26 letters very clear. For example, when you pronounce the letter F, don't pronounce it in the wrong Chinese way, 'f'. And the letter G, don't pronounce it in the wrong way either. You must pronounce all 26 letters accurately and clearly. Third, you must listen to the correct sound source. If what you hear is something like 三克油, very much, instead of thank you very much, then you need to be careful. If someone teaches ABC like A, B, C, D, E, F, G in a completely wrong sound, of course you won't learn English well. So the correct sound source is extremely important. Now let me demonstrate the pronunciation of the 26 letters for you. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P, Q, R, S, T, U, V, W, X, Y, Z. Okay, how was that? Did you pronounce all of them correctly? Save this video and practice slowly. Next, let's solve the second problem. Actually, English sentences are endless, but all English sentences are developed from a fewer than 100 original sentence patterns. I call these patterns mother sentence patterns. For example, I can't stand the noise. 我受不了这噪音了。I can't stand the muggy weather. 我受不了这闷热潮湿的天气了。I can't stand rude people. 我受不了粗鲁的人。I can't stand this place. 我受不了这地方。Do you see that? All of these sentences came from one mother sentence pattern. I can't stand something. Now, if you want to say, 我受不了我老板了, you can immediately say, I can't stand my boss. So this is the power of modern sentence patterns. When you master one pattern, you don't just learn one sentence. You gain the ability to create 100 sentences. That is how English became light, natural, and fluent. Finally, I want to tell you one truth. Native English speakers don't use that many difficult words in daily life. Most of the time, they use simple words again and again, but they use them extremely well. For example, the word hand. You may think, hand just means 手. What else is there to learn? But listen, I've got to hand it to you. That means I have to admit you are really good. 我服了你了. Another example, his English is so good. Let's give him a big hand. That means his English is excellent. Let's applaud him. 咱们给他鼓掌吧. So even with one simple word like hand, you must understand its different usages, phrases, and the way native speakers actually use it. Simple words are the important words. You must always remember this. Start with simple words. Understand their basic meanings, then learn their extended meanings, different usages, and the phrases they form. A small word like hand, when used flexibly in English, becomes what I call flexible use of small words. If you can do these three things well, pronunciation correction, modern sentence patterns, and flexible use of small words, then your English expression will be completely different from other people's. The person who speaks fluent English will definitely be here. When I say no one explains English better than I do, I'm not bragging. I'm not being shameless. In 2007, I served as the chief oral English coach for 7,000 volunteers at the Asian Winter Games. I used exactly these three methods to help them communicate smoothly in English with athletes and guests from all over the world. Because of this contribution, my work was recognized by society. I was also appointed as a visiting professor of English by Boya Education and Culture Development Institute of Peking University. For more than 20 years, I haven't been doing anything else. I've been constantly refining and upgrading my teaching philosophy and my teaching methods. If you follow me, it is like having a passport to communicate with the whole world. If you follow me, you will have one of the best English teachers on the internet. Book my live session, come into my live stream. I will take you step by step and help you speak fluent English.